Hello good people of YouTube. This is going to be my first video on this platform, and today I'm going to be talking about Sony's PlayStation Vita and why it failed in the Indian market. Sony launched this piece of tech way back in November 2012, and they really put all their R&D into developing this thing. It really shows. It has a really gorgeous looking OLED display. The buttons have a sturdy build quality, has dual analog sticks that is really helpful in first-person games like Killzone Mercenary and Borderlands 2. Also, it has a gimmicky rear touchpad that you can use for certain games like Little Deviants and Tearaway. Overall, this piece of tech was really impressive back at that time, but unfortunately, it had so many reasons why it would fail in India. The top being its price. This piece of tech was really pricey, and back in those days, I could only dream of owning one. Even though I was a big fan of PSP, its predecessor, that was really famous in India, and almost all my friends back in my childhood had that system. It was really expensive, costed around 20,000 rupees up till 25,000 for the 3G plus Wi-Fi model, which is way more than the PSP. For a portable gaming system, I think this price is unjustifiable. Not only this, Sony also charged way too much for its proprietary memory sticks, which goes in here. Even now, these things cost way too much than what you would find on an SD card. So this thing over here costs around 3,000 to 4,000 rupees. And if you want to go for the 64 gigabytes model, it's going to cost you around 15 to 14,000 on Amazon for a new one. So overall, this thing was really pricey. Not only that, but the games in the Indian market were really expensive. I remember buying Uncharted for this system at around 2,500 rupees, even though I bought that game after 7 years of the initial PS Vita's launch. Yeah, I'm new to the Vita. Welcome me to the family. Overall, this piece of tech was really impressive, like the amount of games it had, the OLED display, and the amount of shared things that you could do with it. For example, you could browse the web, sorry Nintendo Switch, you could have a party chat with your friends who are using a PS4 or PS3, and sorry about that, you could play remote play using PS4 Link. That means that you can play all of your PS4 games on the small console no matter where you are in this world. Of course, you need a really good Wi-Fi connection for that, but if you're in your house and your TV is occupied, you can play it on the go. The other good things about this was you can play music, take photos. Although the camera was not that good, it's still useful. I mean, it's maybe like 0.2 megapixels, not sure. It could also have a remote play with PS3, and oh yeah, the games were really awesome for this thing. Unfortunately, the launch titles were not that good, and it only had a few games when it would launch. As far as I know, Uncharted and Wipeout 2084 were the only good games that Sony launched during its first week. After that came a lot of first-party support in the form of Killzone Mercenary. What are their first-party games? Oh yeah, Gravity Rush. It's a really good game, again from Sony Japan Studio, and also it got a lot of third-party support from smaller game developers. But overall, the games on this thing were amazing. But the reason why it failed remains the same: lack of cheap alternatives for Sony's proprietary memory sticks, and even the charger. The charger was a proprietary one as well. Eventually, Sony launched the slim model, which looks something like this. Wait, let me get this out. Got it out. So this is the slim model that Sony launched in 2015. This thing was like a step forward in all terms except for the screen. This thing had a 1GB internal storage. At least you could save your game files, which you could not do without proprietary memory cards on the original fat one. And this thing is also slimmer, lighter, and more portable. So it was a way forward. But personally, I think the build quality could have been better. Personally, I've been experiencing some ghost moments on the left analog stick. I think that is because the build quality is not that good on this model. Also, it was degraded in terms of the screen. The screen is now a LCD instead of the original's OLED. So this was, in my opinion, an okay attempt from Sony. At least they tried to sell the system, but unfortunately even this could not help Sony. The system was losing popularity. People were uninterested in the system, mainly because of the price. Also, the first party developers really stopped giving any support to this system because there was really no market for it. Nobody was buying the PS Vita. In its entire lifespan, the PS Vita sold around 15 million units. That's way less than any of the Sony's consoles. So this was a huge letdown for first party developers, and so they stopped giving any support to the system. The only place left in the entire world is Japan that's giving any support or games to the system. There are indie developers and small budget companies that are making mediocre to good games, but the Indian consumer cannot import these games, especially because the shipping costs are way too high. Your best bet is Sony's PlayStation Store, but I have a fear that it's going to be closing soon since Sony stopped any PlayStation Plus support to the Vita. That means this thing is in the final phase of its life and it's going to be ending soon. But will it rise from the dead? Suggest your opinions in the comments down below. Till then, take care. Peace.